6 things I wish I knew before video mining on Livepeer. Hello everyone, welcome to another video with Untitled, the #1 place to delegate your stake. Today, I'm going to talk about the 6 things I wish I knew before video mining on Livepeer. And we're going to go through some tips and tricks on what to expect and some ideas around video mining on Livepeer. So stick around and let's jump through them together. The first thing I would say I wish I knew was to start small. In video mining, you know, there's lots of different metrics to watch out for. You've got bandwidth issues, you've got location, you've got latency, different types of GPU models, you've got power usages, you've got demand in your area. There's so many factors that determines whether you're successful video mining that you really should start small. The first thing I did was go out and buy like 4 GPUs. They were all different models. I had to benchmark them all independently, figure out how to service them individually. It turned out it's better to actually buy kind of like one model and maybe have them compatible. There's just lots of different configurations, and before you figure it out, you're best to start small. I would start with one, start small, grow from there. If you're coming in with a large amount of GPUs, like you have a GPU farm, take one of those GPUs and move it over and start mining with it on Livepeer. Don't expect to dump your 20 GPUs onto the Livepeer market and see it running perfectly. You're gonna run into a whole band of issues. So start with one, start small. The second thing I wish I knew was to join a pool to start. Now, I wanted to start my own Orchestrator node right off the beginning. That was tough, very technical. You gotta know a little bit about command line interfaces, how networks work, all these kinds of things. One of the easiest ways to get started is by joining a pool just to see if you'd like it. There's a couple pools to join. There's Titan Node Pool, there's Live Pool, there's some other privately held pools in the network that you can reach out and try and join. Some of the benefits are like Titan Node Pool, for instance. It does a lot of the benchmarking for you. Live Pool is really easy to set up. Simple way to get started. Try it out for a month. See if you've got demand in your area. See if you like it. Then you can move on to start your own Orchestrator node, which requires stake, it requires capital, and quite a bit more technical knowledge. I would recommend checking out the video on how to start a Livepeer Orchestrator. One of the first videos, I think it's like the 4th video in this YouTube channel. You can go check it out there and start your own Orchestrator node. The third thing I wish I knew was understanding rewards just a little bit better. I knew there were ETH rewards, I knew there were LPT rewards, but I didn't quite understand how they all worked. So I'll give you a quick breakdown. ETH rewards are earned from transcoding video, and they are paid per pixel, right? So we charge a certain amount of ETH or WAY per pixel on all of our transcoded video. But the key to this is you don't get streamed all the ETH for each pixel you do. That would be too many transactions. The gas fees on Ethereum would eat you up. So what we do is called probabilistic micropayments. It's a fancy word. It's essentially just lottery tickets. Transcoders, well, orchestrators specifically, get paid in lottery tickets. So they take the transcoding work you've done, and for each segment you produce, you get a lottery ticket that's probabilistically going to pay you out exactly the amount of work you've done. So very similar to if you've gone to a casino, you have a 50-50% chance of winning. Well, it doesn't matter how many hands you play, over a long enough time period, you will be roughly where you started off. So the ETH fees are paid probabilistically, and they're paid for video transcoding. LPT rewards are this is the general token that it runs on the Livepeer network. Those are inflationary tokens. Those get minted every day or every round, and they provide an inflationary incentive to keep people uptime, like high uptime, and continuing on transcoding. So those are minted, they're inflationary, infinitely inflationary. There's no maximum cap to Livepeer, and currently the reward is about 21%. So yeah, there's 2 different models for economic incentives. ETH is for transcoding, LPT is inflationary. Essentially governance tokens is what they are. The fourth thing I wish I knew about was grants. Now, there's two main grants that you can kind of go to in the Livepeer network. There's the community grants node. So this is an Orchestrator node that specifically uses all its proceeds to pay for grants. So you can like apply for a grant, give them a pitch, and they'll fund you. Well, with Livepeer, you can also do what's called a startup grant. This is a grant that I kind of got the ball rolling on. And what it is it's a temporary stake for new people that are joining the network that want to get their hands wet and don't have a lot of capital to put up, right? So you need a certain amount of capital to join the network. You need more than the 100th person in LPT. You have to delegate it to yourself. What the grant does is it gives you about 5,000 to 10,000 LPT delegated to you for a couple of months. And the idea is it's supposed to jumpstart your node, gets you some traffic, gets you started, right? And the idea behind it is you also complete a list of tasks, very simple tasks, but they get you started in the network to get you kind of up to speed with what our standard is, right? You have to have a website, you have to be active in the community, you have to have a certain performance score, these kinds of things. So go check out the startup grant. Really, really powerful if you're thinking about joining. And yeah, come join. The fifth thing I wish I knew was to join the community just a little bit more. The community is really, really helpful. They are looking out for your best interests. They want you to succeed. The key to Livepeer working well is that we get 100 active, high-performing orchestrators. So right now, there's quite a few orchestrators that were accounts made a long time ago that aren't really transcoding. We'd rather have you join, provide high power, high performance capacity, and come join us on that side. So come into Discord, ask questions, and there might even be career opportunities with Livepeer Inc. if you see fit. You can always check out the job postings that they have. They're currently hiring a lot of people per year. In today, it's about 2022. They're hiring something like 30, maybe 40 people a year. But don't quote me on that. That's just up for debate. The last thing I'd like to talk about is patience. The sixth thing I wish I knew about was patience. I remember back in 2013 when I first got into Bitcoin. I was so eager for Bitcoin to take over the world in 2014, I just couldn't wait. 10 years later, and I still have to explain how cryptos work to my mom. Given it's been a lot of progress, we have nation states adopting Bitcoin as currency, we've got legislation coming in, lots of great things happening, but I thought in 2013 that Bitcoin would be adopted a lot quicker. There's a great quote, and I will end with this. And the quote is, "We overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and we underestimate what we can do in 10 years. This is decentralized infrastructure we are creating. This is something that needs to be built over time. It takes time, patience. So stay lean, stay active, and stay focused when you're building Web3 ideas such as Livepeer. So don't go out spending all your money and all your life savings on GPUs to try and get rich tomorrow. You're better off starting with one, staying lean, joining the community, joining the pool, understanding rewards, building good quality stuff, and doing it for the long term." So those are the 6 things I wish I knew before joining Livepeer. Thank you so much for watching. If you please like this video and subscribe and comment, all those kinds of things, it really helps with the algorithm to get this message out there and to help grow the Livepeer community. If you want to support any of the orchestrators on the network or earn rewards, please delegate to one of the high-performing orchestrators on the Livepeer Explorer. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching.